Welcome. If you're watching this, I'm assuming that you've taken an interest in inner work, or you've already been at it for some time. Maybe that sometime is lifetimes, decades, years, months, or maybe just a few days in, says you. But here you are and welcome. If our inner work is only focused on bolstering our own ego, our own limited sense of self, getting more for I, me, and mine, it's narcissistic, it's problematic, and it ultimately will be a problem for us. Because the truth is, everything is connected to everything in existence. Everything is connected to everything. You can think about where we're headed in this conversation, this opportunity of we awareness, we intelligence, and we space, like concentric circles to a degree. There's a diagram I've been using from time to time, and I drew a fresh one for my Empowered You community, where this particular month of this recording, we're exploring the power of empowered we, not just an empowered individual, but the empowered we. So we, one way to look at it is like this. And this is just a very, very fractional representation of how vast it really is. So each of these objects in the circle is an individual person, okay? And so they've been differentiated just to show some of our different flavors that we have. Flavors of experience, preferences, knowledge, embodiment, ethnicity, gender, so many differences we can have in our individuality. And these won't be deleted as long as we're in form. They exist, they endure, and they matter. And yet, let's just say there's 4 of us together right now in a space. Whether that's at a distance, working together in a work group, maybe over Slack or Zoom, or we're in person in the same room. We're held, the 4 of us, by a larger field of intelligence that's been called by theorists like Ken Wilber, we. The we space. We is not the sum of its parts. It's not like we add up all the qualities and skills of each of us and that's we. No, we is exponentially bigger, more aware than each of the individuals involved. I'm going to share with you a few quotes, and these are from the work around we space, we intelligence from Solon Momo and George Poor. We intelligence and we space are concepts related to collective intelligence and what's called intersubjective experiences. We intelligence refers to the ability to process information and solve problems collectively, leveraging the diverse perspectives and knowledge of a group. Now that line sounds a little bit like we is the sum of its parts. These next few quotes I'm going to give you hopefully are pointing to more, and I'll say some things after that. It is the collective capacity for insight, innovation, and wisdom that emerges from collaboration and shared awareness. So there's your individual awareness, there's shared awareness, which is much larger in any we you're a part of. And you're a part of many, 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 many we's, whether you recognize it actively or not. And in the recognition of a we that you're engaged with, there's a psychoactive power, there's an empowerment available in noticing the living, energetic, alive we space. This is not just an object. It's not simply an imaginary frame around the picture of all of us in a room. It's a living, breathing consciousness that has its own perspective that includes as well as transcends all of our unique individual perspectives. We space describes the intersubjective field, these writers write, or shared consciousness that arises when individuals transcend their separate selves and enter into a state of co-presence and coherence with others. This is my favorite of all the quotes I found. We space describes the intersubjective field or shared consciousness that arises when individuals transcend their separate selves and enter, that means you're feeling it, enter into a state of co-presence and coherence with others. Coherence. When things are incoherent, it's like noise and static and distraction, like pots and pans clanging and traffic noise and all sorts of things. Coherence would be Mozart played by a symphony who's been practicing together for a very long time. All of the individual instruments coming together into something much larger than any individual instrument or player of the instrument. And I think music is a great way to go with this exploration we're in together. So again, if all of our inner work is just to get a better sense of individual self, it becomes like a silo and we're cut off from others, and it doesn't hold up when we're in relationship. How many of us have been on retreats or plant medicine journeys or big experiences, big peak experiences, that when we went back to our family, our lovers, our children, somehow it didn't completely hold up? We've had these experiences. Maybe you've had others where you were able to integrate it in such a way that it did hold up. But many, many common experiences people have had, countless, of coming back from a retreat and feeling like they crash. So part of the opportunity is to be more aware of the we space, the spaces we share with others, whether that's the we space when you're at the gym, the we space on the road driving your car with all the other drivers. There's a living, breathing intelligence, and we can learn to get to know it. And this is really important stuff. One, it begins to help or deepens the helping of dissolving our illusions about being separate, cut off, and alone. We're never alone. We're connected to everything. Everything, whether it's conscious to us or not. And there are practices that can help us touch this right now. And this is the work that we're doing in the month of May 2024 in the Empowered You community. And I'm going to put a link below. You can explore this community, and at this moment of this recording, you can get your first month for only $8 for the setup fee. How about that? Let's go back to the practice, because I want to always bring you through a practice wherever possible. So whether your eyes are open or closed, just begin to soften the soles of your feet like you're opening closed fists with your imagination. Soften the palms of your hands in the same way. Notice what it feels like to let go. And if it's helpful, breathe into your hands and feet on the inhale, and then as you exhale, let go. This will make it even easier to let go of tension. The more we let go of tension, the easier it is to notice things that seem subtle, like we space or subtle energies in your body or in the field around your body. Pick up on intuitions. Soften the four corners of your eyes. Let them melt like butter on a hot day, as well as the region inside and around your ears. Yeah, good. Soften your tongue as it rests deeply in the floor of your mouth and all the muscles of your pelvic floor groin region, sphincter PC muscle. Softening soles, palms, eyes, ears, tongue, pelvic floor groin region. So let's just keep the exploration of the we space for this moment, for this practice, to you and I. And your mind might say, yes, but you've already recorded this some time ago, however long it's been since the recording and you watching this. I understand where you're coming from, and that's just one possible experience, that there's some sort of separation. Another possible experience that is available is outside of time and space. All the energy and connection that we ever can experience is always and only happening in the now. Now is outside of time and space. The now that I'm pointing to is transcendent of time and space. It's a profound doorway into limitless wisdom as we begin to trust ourselves to open to the possibility of connecting with anything, anyone, any what, throughout so-called time and space. If it ever existed, it can be connected with as an energy. And so you and I are able to connect right now, as though we were sitting in the same room. Keep softening soles, palms, eyes, ears, tongue, pelvic floor. Keep softening. Let the breath come in deeply and go out sweetly. First, sense your individual sense of self as it is. Body temperature, how it feels to contact the objects that are touching your body with your body. How does that feel? How does the breath feel? What's the quality of light in the space you're in right now? What's that feel like? Are there any aromas? Are there any other textures you're experiencing, like clothing or air on exposed skin? Just feel all of this. Take a deep breath. Let go on the exhale. Now begin to explore what my perspective of my experience right now might be. And there's a lot you can take in and imagine through just the visual sense of looking at the video. There's the qualities of light in the room I'm in. There's the material of my shirt. You can get a sense by looking at it how the weight of it might feel. The weight and the texture of my mala beads and necklaces are on the skin. The sun coming in from the windows outside. It's about almost 2:30 in the afternoon where I am in Los Angeles. There's a big production light in front of me. I'm seated on a chair that can swivel a little bit if I like and be adjusted in a lot of directions. There's the smell of incense in the air from burning it overnight. And there's other things you may be able to pick up on as you relax and sense, trust yourself to sense my pulse, my heartbeat, the contact of my feet with the floor. Take a deep breath. Let go on the exhale. And imagine your awareness expanding wider now than your individual perspective or your perspective on me. And begin to just playfully sense the larger circle of awareness that holds you and I in this moment. It's a living, breathing, energetic. It's a living, breathing consciousness with its own perspective. Slowing the breathing, continuing to soften the 6 points. What is the we's perspective on you and I engaging in this way? Just drop that question into awareness. What is the we's perspective and experience as it reflects on you and I? It holds you and I. What is its perspective? This may come as images, feelings, words, sensations. Allow it to be however it is. You're just exploring. There's nothing to get right here. You're exploring. And in your exploration, you're carving neural pathways deeper to be able to pick up on these things more and more and more and more every time you practice. What are you noticing? What does it feel like in your body as you start to sense more of what you believe is the we consciousness? What happens in your body? I can tell you for me, there's more tingling and energy vibrating throughout my whole body and the field around my body that's quite palpable. I'm aware of my individuality. I'm capable, if I needed to get up and get out of this room, I could do so. But my individual sense of self is backgrounded a bit more, and the sense of the we that holds us both is foregrounded more. That may be new. That may be a big experience for you to sense that you can foreground and background objects of focus in your awareness. And that as you do, your experience and perspective shifts. You're able to see and experience things differently, depending on what you foreground and what you background. I encourage you to keep exploring this in all of your moments. The more you explore it, the more your capacities will wake up and open for sensing. You have the capacities inbuilt already, and so much more than what I'm even pointing to, inbuilt and available to bring online through practice. And this is the invitation of the Empowered You community. Every month, there's a new theme. We've had themes like compassion, the power of love within. So many different themes. There's a new set of teachings and assets that are given to the community, everybody who's registered, every month in your course library on my website. So every month there's an opening video with opening teachings unpacking the theme of the month. There's a separate guided meditation that helps to open into and experience the theme of the month from different perspectives that you can use every day of that month if you like. And you can adjust it as you need for yourself. There's a PDF that I compile every month where I do a good bit of writing about the theme of the month and give you suggestions for practices, journal prompts, contemplations, how to work with mantra, how to work with mirror practice. It's quite a supportive PDF every month. And the people who are growing the most tend to read it every day, keep one in their office, home, bathroom, and choose to be supported by it on the regular. There's 2 live sessions with me on Zoom every month where we unpack the theme, I guide you into a meditative practice and take questions in it and give offerings of solutions or possibilities to your questions about your practices, about your meditation, your breath practice, your contemplation, how you're integrating these insights into waking up more deeply and growing up more fully, releasing tension. There's 20% off discount code, a new one every month for many of my courses and trainings and workshops. You get a coupon code for $50 off your first private mentoring session with me. And so much more comes along with this. As for the live sessions, they're recorded, and many people, more than half of the community, watches those live sessions at their own chosen later now time. So you don't even have to be available when they're live. They tend to be at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Wednesdays, 2 Wednesdays of the month. Sometimes they move. And you're able to write your questions into the website if you're not able to be live. It's quite an empowering environment, this Empowered You community. And it's only $39 a month. And you have access to the entire library of all the previous months of Empowered You. There's a huge welcome section. So if you feel like you're newer to these practices and tantric meditation, well, there's videos where I take you through how to work with a mantra, how to access the energy in mantra, how to do the 5-part contemplation process, how to make up walking around practices to help yourself grow even more quickly, and so much more. There's an entire half-day meditation intensive that I filmed and put in there as a gift to the Empowered You community. And then there's all the previous months. At this moment, this recording, there's a whole year of material there just for $39 a month. And you get full access for as long as you're a paying member of the community. You're invited. I would love to share more of the sweet space of the Empowered You community with you. Even though you may not be offering words in your participation in the Empowered You community, your participation uplifts and illuminates the entire community. It's a collaboration within the we space, which means exponential empowerment for all of us. May the fruits of our inner work uplift all beings as well as the earth. And we intelligence helps with that, by the way. May we be happy. May we be well. May we feel loved. May it be so, and so it is. Namaste. See you soon.